Welcome back everyone to the Caestus Boss Challenge Part 7, the final part of this series. Sorry, no Ancient Dragon or Dark Lurker. I'm not big fans of them, and it's time for me to do a bit of co-op actually, because I'm going to be doing a co-op playthrough after this, which I'm looking forward to. More the fun side than the challenge side of Dark Souls. So we got the Giant Lord here. You just got to be patient with the build up to this boss fight. You got fireballs coming down. You need them to explode before moving on. And I shouldn't really go through the smoke here, because he does this attack here which can catch you out, and if you can't see it, you might get hit by it, obviously. Yeah, and I have to do this boss again because I lost my save file for this particular boss, which I do plan to pack my files in future, just in case that doesn't happen. That's why I've got so much health and probably doing a little bit more damage than I should be. But with this boss, you want to stay on his left leg, the one which hasn't got his sword. And it's a pretty straightforward fight, really. He does do this like this back sweep, which can catch you out. You just need to look out for that. But mostly he just does these stomps, which do home in a bit, so you need to just move out. But every attack homes in a little bit on Dark Souls 2. So just stay on that left leg and try and not let the skirt distract you, because that skirt distracts me a lot. And summon Captain Drummond if you're having problems, because that guy's a bit of a beast. This guy is actually weakest to dark magic, which it kind of makes sense because Nashandra helped Vendrick defeat the giants, and she's all about the dark magic. So you want to get that dark pine resin on. And it does actually boost your damage up a great deal. So if you're struggling with this guy, Dark Pine Resin, you're going to be doing a shit ton more damage. As you can see, my scale in there is pretty high. Double A on these Caestus. Okay, so that's the end of the giants. The Giant Lord. And now we're on to the Throne Watchers. So I summoned Ben Hart for this fight. And Crashcom, a random guy that I just summoned to do this fight. I didn't want to play around doing it on my own, rolling back, waiting for the time to attack. Kind of boring. The boss design on these, it's probably one of the most poorest in the game to me, just because they're so unpredictable and there's not a lot you can do if you're on your own. Only back up and dodge their attacks and get a hit. Maybe I'm going to shield too. Nah, I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to have a bit of co-op, get these done, and then I'll go obviously onto Nashandra on my own. So we're back now with the original Rocky, because I didn't lose the files this time. What I hate about this area, that it's got a hole in the boss room, which you're fighting two guys, you're backing up, and then you've got a hole to think about. Anyway, I ain't going to complain too much. Well, these guys do look pretty cool, just like Ornstein and Smaug did in the first one. But they seem to lack a bit of personality. Like I was reading their armor and swords and all that. They're just basically just two people who sit at the throne, guarding the throne. As far as I know, like I want to know more about them. I want to know their star signs, where they come from, all that. Like I want to know all the intimate stuff. I wouldn't want to do a cosplay on these, that's for certain. Oh, and my guy is actually gone. My guy, my friend, or some person that I summoned anyway. But even though I'm a lot lower level than him, it actually goes by soul memory now. Probably most of you know, but in new game, if you want to summon your friends, it only goes by soul memory, not soul level. So that's where you got to go by. You got to be in a certain range of that. And for New Game Plus, it's actually the opposite. It actually goes by soul level. Yeah, I know. A little bit confusing. I'm not sure, but yeah, about the soul memory thing. I don't know what you guys think of it. Don't speak. Can't say. She is sexy. just looks so weird. I mean, the art design on this does look pretty cool, but the way it's executed, I'm not sure about. Like, it doesn't look lifelike when you look at her face and her eyes. Like, it doesn't look like it's alive. Well, I suppose it's not supposed to look alive, but I don't know what I'm saying. But it's like that skirt, but there, is that supposed to be a skirt made of dead bodies? Because to me, I don't know, it just looks like a blob with a couple of skeletons on it. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, actually. Let's just move on. Alright. So, there's actually a pretty good boss, I think, in a way. You know, the way its mechanics work, you know, you're going to get cursed over time. You've got to get in there because you got the laser. So it's pretty cool in that way. You still got the hole in the boss room. But it's always good to get them puffs of smokes out of the way so you can get stuck into her. She's weakest to the electric, so electric pine resin, gold pine resin, there's a good way to go. I always spam the life gems. And I always like to keep my Lizarbuff mushrooms for her alone. Because you take one of them things ain't going to affect you too much. Obviously they are going to downgrade your health like crazy. Like this. Good to have that ring though, the ring of binding. So you can make sure you don't go down too much. I think it goes roughly halfway and then it stops anyhow. So Rocky's getting uglier and uglier here. I'm losing my hair, I'm losing my flippage, muscles, everything. You've always got to worry about them curse balls, you know. Especially when you've got not too much vitality. Vitality is called vigor now, Pete. Get it right. So unprofessional. But yes, I hope it doesn't seem like I've been complaining too much about the bosses. But it's just the Dark Souls 1 bosses, in my opinion, were so epic and unique and awesome to fight. You know, it was such... The bosses on that game were amazing. The best bosses I've ever fought against in any game. So Dark Souls 2 is never going to probably be as good. And maybe I expected too much for this game to have as good bosses as Dark Souls 1 did. But I love this game to bits. I mean, it's completely different to what Dark Souls 1 was. And in some ways it's improved things, in some ways it's gone backwards too. But I've been playing this game just as much as I did with Dark Souls 1, you know, I'm still on there. I think the weapons choices and the unique builds and cosplays you can do on this game are real great. And the PvP is great as well. The bosses maybe not so, you know, much. But we're going to be doing a co-op playthrough, having a bit of fun with them unique weapons, with the ugly bunch. And armors and all that, all the crazy armors you can get in this game. Just, it's really good, and the co-op side of things is pretty good too. I mean, you got a ring now, you can summon your friends in a lot easier. That's a major improvement. Well, here we have a Nashandra, and she is out of her balls. Her curse balls, that is. The soundtrack's really good on this. Epic, makes the fight even more intense. And there we go. Not the hardest boss, but them orbs just get you thinking a little bit, you know. Without them orbs, actually, this boss would be simple. I'm glad they're there, because it just, you know, you're always checking your health. Have I got enough health to see this? And you're always getting constantly drained. Witness, torn up Rocky. Take the throne. By strange goblins. Goblins? They're not goblins, they're flipping golems. Golems. So what I can make of it, Vendrick...
Who link the
oh,
fire?
I should shush.
You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne. What lies ahead, only you can see.
There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys stay tuned for the Ugly Bunch. It's going to be a bit crazy and silly and a bit bizarre. A lot different to this, so yeah, think of that before watching. Maybe a slight warning there. But yeah, see you next time. Enjoy your souls.